Hey, what's going on YouTube? Just kind of wanted to make a video about a kind of a review. I got the week off of work here, still on Christmas break, and I guess we have a big snowstorm coming through Minnesota. Some people say 8 inches, some people say 10. You know, in all reality, we always get missed, so we'll probably get a couple inches, 3 to 5. But I just wanted to make a video here and kind of show you what my setup is with my helmet. I currently The helmet I have is nothing fancy. It's just an Icon Dark Alliance. I bought it off of Revzilla for 150 bucks. Put in the gold shield, but I keep the clear and the smoked one with me depending on if I travel and whatnot. But I always get asked questions because people always see me on my helmet and they ask me what these two um, gadgets are on my helmet. The first one I just want to briefly talk about. Most people will know about this. It's the Senas, their products, the Bluetooth communicators. Just recently, a couple months ago, I bought a Sena SMH10, just the basic one. A buddy of mine had one. I didn't know much about them. He told me, get one. They're great for music because I used to always do the earphones or the earbuds, but I'd always have to fumble around if I, stop to talk to someone or someone talked to me. Also, communicate with buddies. It's been just an awesome experience being able to talk with your friends while you ride. You know, let each other know what's coming up. If there's gravel on the road. If you need to stop for food or drink. So you can actually communicate with them without having to do like hand signals or just get lost in a group ride. So that definitely has changed my riding up a lot. I enjoyed it. But the second thing is this right here. And most people don't know what that is. And I have one up here, actually. Whoop. As you can tell, it's a little adapter here. And if you click it, it lights up. Now the reason I have this, and it's in my helmet's in my peripheral vision right here, is because it is actually connected with my Valentine 1 radar detector. And I currently run this Valentine 1 radar detector on all my bikes. This communicator right here is actually from the Hard Systems. How I mount this on my bikes is on my Gixxer 750 I have a stem mount that goes in the middle, and I have a handlebar mount that goes on my Yamaha and my Bandit. And I used to hook it up as a power source with a cigarette lighter as a 12 volt, and I would just hook it up into a power cord or a cigarette lighter. But I realized after vibrations and things moving around, it would lose connection and get annoying. So I actually have it. Valentine 1 on their website sells a direct cable or a direct hookup, and it just splices right into your rear tail light. So it turns on when the bike's on, turns off when the bike's off, and it gives you a fuse and a ground. So it's super slick. Now a lot of people ask me, oh, why do you need a radar detector? Nowadays people have the laser guns. If you're on a motorcycle, you're going so fast, you won't have any time to actually slow down. Or do they really work with wide range? In my experiences, this radar detector, you have to buy a nice one, so a Valentine or an Escort. Preferably, if I would have just ran a radar detector on a motorcycle, I would go with the Escort Redline. Since I do and have used this in my car, I do enjoy using this, getting the Valentine 1 product because of the arrows. But it's definitely not a foolproof method. You shouldn't use it like, oh, I have a radar detector, so I'm just not going to speed everywhere. But it is a tool, and it costs about 450 bucks, and that is about 2 speeding tickets. I've never been pulled over with for breaking the law, or never been pulled over for speeding. And this thing has definitely came in handy, and it comes in handy more or less when you're just riding and it flashes off in my helmet. I don't have to look down and have my eyes off the road, and look at which band. Is it laser, is it KA, or is it K or X? I look off the road, oh, I'll run into a tree or a ditch. I don't want to distract my driving. it just helps me that if I'm on a county road or if I'm coming into a town, there's a trap and it goes off, it tells me, yeah, chop the throttle a little bit or let go, like brake a little. You don't use it like you don't go 100 miles an hour around town, or 130 and then complain when you get a ticket because obviously you're going to get nabbed. But if you're commuting on the freeway, like I used this when I went to Arkansas in the spring, and in Missouri, there was just speed traps and cops everywhere. So when I was in Missouri, it helped me a lot. It gave me warnings. I was able to slow down. I know the flood run in the fall in Wisconsin, there's cops everywhere because there's so many bikes. And when I went out that afternoon, I had 32 alerts. So 32 cops were running their KA band, coming in and out of towns, small towns like Prescott, Pepin, small towns like Alma. And then on 35, they were just sitting there running their KA band. So it definitely isn't foolproof. It is legal by all means. And you definitely have to pair it with this concealed helmet system, because when you're riding, you're not going to hear the beeps, and you don't want to have your eyes glued onto the display because you're obviously going to crash. But it definitely can help, and I've had this thing go off with police, up to 2 miles out. And also, even if you're not speeding, it goes off. It just kind of reassures you that the cop has his gun on you or he is radaring. There's been instances where if you get pulled over and the cop and the fuzzbuster doesn't go off, the cop wasn't radaring you. So when the cop comes up and talks to you and says, "Oh, how fast were you going?" or accuses you of speeding, in your head that you're safe because the radar hasn't gone off. So that's just my take about the V1. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, you don't need to run it. You could just not necessarily test your luck and just ride. But with a motorcycle, you turn that throttle quarter of an inch or quarter turn before you know it, you're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 over. And when you're in the groove and everything, a cop wants to ding you for 5 over or 10 over, that's you're gonna have to pay. But yeah, you got to pay to play and everything. And luckily cops from around here, they respect the bikes. I know tons of cops, great guys. A lot of them ride motorcycles. They respect you as long as you're not being a hooligan or an idiot, obviously, around the roads and causing trouble. But if you're enjoying having fun doing your thing, they usually leave you alone and respect you. But this is just an extra sense of security. But hopefully we don't get too much snow. I'm going to chop this video because it's getting long, and I don't know why, but if it's just my computer, but YouTube takes forever to upload. So if you have any questions, comments, want to see how I actually hook it up on my bike and see the mounts, comment down below. Or also, if you have any questions or want my opinion on any other topics, or want me to go over my gear, the suit I wear, and anything, just give me a, just hit me up. So we'll see ya.